From the home of Woking Football Club, the Laithwaite Community Stadium, Woking home to Maidstone United. It's been quite a season for Woking, sitting 4th in the league. What a run they're on as well, unbeaten in the last 7 matches against Maidstone United, a team near the bottom of the table, 5th from bottom start in the first few moments. Lofthouse takes the ball up on the right-hand side. He brings it just into the Maidstone half. He drifts in a bit further. Beautiful little ball through there onto Reece Cox. He drifts it across again, and the ball flashes across the front of the goal. And is it going out for a goal kick? No, Woking keep the ball in on the far side. And then Maidstone kicking the ball against the Woking player. They get the throw-in, much to the distaste of the Woking player down there on the far side of the pitch.
Yeah, very positive start.
Darren Sarr can get the best out of them.
Regan Booty taking a free kick just inside the Woking half. Fires a beautiful ball off to the right-hand side, right on the far side now, drifting into the Woking area, trying to take on defenders, but no problem there at all for Ryan Galvin, defending beautifully, taking the ball off the Maidstone player, and Woking now spring an attack. It's 2-on-2. Ball played down to the left-hand side by Reece Brown. He's now tucked himself back into the centre, right by the goal, and a shot comes in, and it just flashes past the goalkeeper's right-hand post and goes off for a corner kick. A deflected shot just there, drifting wide of the post, but that could have gone anywhere.
Just having a drink and stuff, and he was saying it's not. I always thought it was where the ball touched the ground, but he said no, it's not. It's you know, it is as a line down, so it's just marginal.
It's this horrible.
So in that sense,
line,
it was in.
Yeah.
It was in, but it's so marginal.
The ball looped over the top, and Ammon takes it. Is now, and Grego Cox there on the ball, and he was bundled over. A really solid tackle from behind. The guy got nowhere near the ball. I'm surprised the ref didn't blow for that one, but that was Greenidge. He's very, very strong in a tackle, isn't he? And he did seem to go ploughing straight into the back of Grego Cox, and I'm not sure how that wasn't a penalty.
No, I would say the same. I think he just barged into his back, I think.
Now Maidstone on the attack. It's been a bit ping-pong. Maidstone well and truly on the attack here, and coming through. It is Barham. He takes the shot, and it's well held there by Craig Ross. Shot straight at him. Woking defenders did a great job to hustle, and now Woking are on the attack. A massive launched kick there from Craig Ross. Long throw from Maidstone, and it's headed straight back in by Lofthouse. Well retained by Reece Brown into the centre of the park. And Grego Cox really caught hold of that one, didn't he? Caught hold of it. Keeper flying off through his left-hand side, managed to parry the ball over and around the post, but that was a beautiful connection there for Grego Cox.
Yeah, beautiful connection. Brilliant save, actually, because it was hit with real venom from about, I suppose.
Big clearance there from Josh Casey, working back on the ball in the centre of the field. Maidstone closing Casey down very, very quickly. A beautiful chip pass just there. That was beautifully done. Grego Cox has left the ball off to it was a great shot there. He left the ball to Reece Brown, and then it was Anderson in there with the shot. Almost straight at the goalkeeper, though. Just had to parry it away, but it was a great move from Woking. The fans lifted by that one. For upset like we're getting in the World Cup.
No.
Some strange results, haven't there, so far? Let's hope, from a Woking point of view anyway, it goes the way of the cards. But a great piece of play from Maidstone, and a trip, and the referee says a throw-in, and I'm not sure, maybe Woking got slightly lucky just there. It was a trip. He didn't have control of the ball wasn't completely near him, but more of a bundled tackle there from the Woking defender.
It just didn't come off.
Almost Bergkamp-esque. Woking with the ball on the right-hand side, a great cross. And a flying leap there from Grego Cox. He couldn't meet it. The ball is now with Woking on the far side, but offside flag goes up. Or was it a goal kick? No, offside flag, wasn't it? On the attack. They haven't taken them. As we know, at this level, if you don't take your chances, they can sometimes come back to bite you. But it is Reece Brown on the ball right now. He has still got the ball. He's moved into the Maidstone area. He's still on the ball. Puts the ball back onto the edge of the area now. This is Woking on the attack. The ball goes on into the centre, and it's now still with Woking onto the left-hand side, and Casey puts a lovely ball in. It's a flicked header, but no power on it, and the ball goes harmlessly back to the goalkeeper. Another good chance there for Woking. They're starting to ramp this up, though, aren't they? And if you're going to put your money on someone to score, it's going to be Woking.
Oh, yes, at the moment, definitely.
Cross. Maidstone on the ball, plays it again back then to their left back. He floats the ball in, beautifully met from the Woking midfielder. And Reece Brown on the ball now. He takes a touch, back to... A very strong shot there from Maidstone, and Woking stood around, not able to close the Maidstone player down. A great shot in the 34th minute. Maidstone United have scored a goal from absolutely nothing. The way the Woking players stood off him, he had plenty of time. A snapshot, you might say, but the goalkeeper left absolutely stranded. The ball in the back of the net. I'm not sure quite how he got that chance, but we've been talking about Woking closing.
A very sloppy goal there.
Yeah, they'd be very, very disappointed with that one. But there have been enough chances for Woking to be able to pull this one back. A left foot in, swinging corner. The ball has been dropped by the goalkeeper. And as we always see in football nowadays, the second the goalkeeper drops the ball, well, it is a free kick. The keeper looks like he's in a fair bit of pain, actually. Intercepted actually from Maidstone. They bring the ball down on the left-hand side. Galvin, he's really looking determined on this left-hand side, and he's been stood up by the Woking defender. Ball flashes across to the edge of the area, and a shot from Maidstone United, high, wide, and not very handsome. Just got underneath it, kicked it straight over the top. I think it might have been when he tried to punch the ball or something. He seems to be gesturing that it is his shoulder. As on comes Yusuf Merson.
Big test, isn't it, to come on and your first thing is defending a dangerous free kick.
Talking about a dangerous free kick, in it comes left-footed there, and it's a flicked shot. Oh, a flicked header there. A nice little free kick from Josh Casey. Ball put into a real dangerous area as Woking ran forward. And a nicely chipped pass down the left wing, and it's now Maidstone on the attack. The hands went up for offside. The offside flag was not given, and Maidstone on the attack. The ball goes out for a corner, and the Woking players looking over at the lines and asking why it wasn't given as offside, but well, he didn't give it, so it's now a corner to Maidstone. Then it's a left-footed in swinger, launched really deep into the oh, a beautiful well, I'll get the words out in a second. A beautiful corner there, went very, very deep into the area, headed back in, flicked on, and the Woking goalkeeper Craig Moss having to leap to flick that one over the crossbar. A good start from Maidstone.
Very sharp save.
In comes the corner. It's an in-swinging right-footed one, a very scrappy in the edge of the area, in the penalty spot area. An overhead kick goes straight into the hands of Ross. Very scrappy in that penalty area from the corner. Ross now just trying to slow it up a little bit, just get Woking to get composed, re-find their shape, and he puts the ball out. Really nice.
Because Maidstone had time on the ball, time around the edge, and that would have put a player in.
So Maidstone on the attack at the moment. Woking can't quite get the ball away. There's a shout on the far side for a penalty as the Maidstone player looked to be held from the Woking defender, but certainly made a lot of it. So, Ian, I'm not sure if it was the other way around, that Woking fans wouldn't be shouting for a penalty this game here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. Woking desperately trying to maintain their run of form. The ball gets tossed in the area by the Maidstone player, but it's nicely cleared, and as this time Anderson is on the ball. Jerome Anderson puts it out to the left-hand side. It goes once again into the middle of the park. Reece Brown takes a touch. Lovely turn of the player, just rotates him round, and he's just taken out almost. The referee's waving play on, and it is still with Woking. Ince plays the ball to the right-hand side. On the overlap, no, the ball gets crossed into the centre. No one there to meet it. One touch, two touches, and it's an equaliser from Rowan Ince. What an equaliser. The ball bobbled around a few times. It came back to him. It bounced once. He got his knee over the ball. Not a big smash. Didn't hit it with a lot of power, but he was close enough to the goal. The goalkeeper could do absolutely nothing, and Woking have equalised, much to the delight, as you can hear, of all the fans around here. It is exactly what they needed to raise the spirits in the 56th minute. Woking 1, Maidstone United 1.
Yeah, good goal, well taken by Rowan Ince. He was everyone had got drawn towards the ball for Rowan Ince in the last few games, so well done to him, and sets up the next 30 minutes very nicely.
And now Maidstone need to probably rethink what their game plan is. As you can hear, a lot of these 2,002 people inside the stadium making a lot of noise, including 201 away fans. But straight away, Maidstone on the attack. The ball put in from the right-hand side. A volley just sent over the crossbar. Warning signs once again to Woking that they must close down these Maidstone players.
Really huge chance there with Fowler, I think, getting down to the byline and getting a great crossing. And now Grego Cox is away.
Yeah, Grego Cox is away. The ball put inside, but to no one, unfortunately, just there. bring the ball down. It just slightly got away from him, goes back to the Woking possession, and Woking just trying to get their foot on it again. But once again, Maidstone finding their way. They're on the ball right into the edge of the area. The ball shot across the goalkeeper, didn't quite get enough power on it or even get it past the goalkeeper or around him, but you could see the intent. But luckily for Craig Ross, it went almost straight into his hands and he just had to lie down on his left-hand side. But it is the ball as it stays with Woking, and it's Reece Brown taking 1, 2, 3 touches. He brings the ball down beautifully to the left-hand side, tucked again once more by Anderson. It's now on the left-hand side, played back to the edge of the area. Anderson on the ball, he takes a shot and it just goes over the stand, the Kingfield Road end. But he had his time, didn't he? Had a moment there. The best way of putting it, a war of attrition. Woking have certainly enjoyed the lion's share in this match, but you wouldn't put it past Maidstone at all to spring a counter.
Not at all, not at all. They're very sharp up front.
It is them on the attack right now, and it's a beautiful ball put over. Oh, it was a half volley met there. I think it was Corn who met it, and he just scuffed his half volley. It bounced, it went wide, but given too much opportunity again there. And Woking need to close this up because Maidstone on the attack.
Just on the edge of the area, really. He should easily have been a goal, I would say.
Maidstone getting a lot closer to Woking, a lot tighter on their marking. A beautiful flick there from Grego Cox, and he plays the ball down. It's now on the left-hand side, and this is Ammond on the ball. He's got a couple waiting in the centre, a flicked cross, and it's into the back of the net, met by the head of Reece Brown. It was a lovely flick cross from Ammond. It went over, just drifted over a couple of players. It wasn't the best header I've ever seen from Reece Brown into the ground, but past the despairing goalkeeper, and Woking have turned this one around. 1-0 down at half-time. They now lead here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium 2-1.
Yeah, they opened Maidstone up really well there, and a lovely little, you thought Armand might have gone for goal himself, and then instead he did quite a deceptive little chip ball to the far post, and there were 2 Woking players coming in. A little bit of an adjustment of tactics, I would imagine, trying to keep this lead.
Well, Corn just on the ball, laid the ball back, and he's got the ball on the edge of the area, and he was not given a huge amount of time, but enough time to get the shot off. Got right underneath it though, and played it over the goal. Goal kick for Maidstone United, launched up the field by their substitute goalkeeper. And the ball, well, I tell you what, Greenish lost sight of that one. It came down to Grego Cox, and it is Woking on the attack once again. Kellerman lines up the shot, and it's in the back of the net. Wow, how about that from around 20-25 yards, something like that, on the right hand side. No one came anywhere near him. Kellerman just launched one, didn't seem to connect with a huge amount of venom. It bounced right in front of the goalkeeper, who was diving off to his left hand side, and into the back of the net it went. Woking now lead here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium 3-1. They've turned this one around.
Well, yes, it really was. He was lining himself up. He does have a great shot on him, Kellerman, at times. He scored a great goal for Chesterfield last year.
As well. There was also a shot from Jermaine Anderson straight at the goalkeeper, and it's 3-1 to Woking, but it could be 5-1. In fact, it could be 5-3, couldn't it?
It could. It could. So
intercepted pass once again, this time by Kellerman. He plays it through, and it's Grego Cox. He takes one touch, he's on the edge of the area, and as he goes to shoot, wow, I'm not sure if he got his feet taken away from him underneath there. From the way we were looking in, I think that was another shout for a penalty.
I think it probably was. It's looks like there's another substitution with, I think it's James Daly coming on. Tyreek Johnson.
All times. Maidstone on the attack, brings it to the edge of the area. In fact, 2-3 touches. A decent shot got met by, I think it was Cuthbert. He's holding his face, so he took the brunt of that ball right in his face, but that won't bother him too much. In fact, he'll get some brownie points for that one, I'm sure, as Woking tossed the ball out from the back. Goes for a throw-in to Maidstone United, and another substitution at this stage. Big clearance there from Maidstone, using that free kick, but the ball drifts off for a goal kick as the referee blows the whistle, finishes it up here in 3-1. I think a deserved win.
Yes, definitely a deserved win, but that isn't to say it was an easy win by any stretch of the imagination. I think Maidstone were impressive at times, and you know, set up for this game well, but I think Woking deserved it, as we were just saying.